This has to be Reno's pied-à-terre. He's one of the only people in Portofino who could afford this kind of luxury.
Private residence. Please state your business. You sure don't look like one of them. No. Are you? Then we are both not Reno. The business has concluded for now. I mean, I have no idea about any business.
Both of those things can't be true.
Neither. The only business taking place is this right here. No, I simply misspoke. Too bad for you, as I decide what the facts are here. The talks have yet to begin.
Both of those things can't be true.
Neither. The only business taking place? No. Too bad for you, as I decide what the facts are here.
You step away from... Doors crowd you, stacked upon each other. Behind one of them, your former asset Estoc, draped in a see-through cloak. Esty knew it's competent, unlikable, ultimately invaluable. Like her, cold, well-connected, and in her native element in the grey rooms of the city's bureaucratic and political ventricle. Also frigid, judgmental, and eminently punchable. One of these apartments belongs to Estoc. We just have to discover which. There appears to be a residence list on the wall. You must be subtle in your approach. Your assets still live in her cover. That will make her unpredictable and desperate. Esty keeps a special mental calendar marked critical phone call from Herschel. The calendar has been counting for 5 years.
Little more respect to your elders. Then you should know how to contact her. You've an air of soliciting about you. If this person who may or may not be living in this building did not send you a forwarding address, then I can't help you. Typical loiterer. Not really. I mean, you could help me sweep if you wanted to, but... No, of course not. But I like to think if I can keep this place clean, I can keep my head above water. Look around. You think one person alone can clean all this? We used to have one manager and 3 concierge. Now, it's just me. I'll pay you 20 sol, if you're interested. You asked. I think the more we all dedicate ourselves to our own tasks, just the punctual tasks, the better it'll be for everyone. You notice my badge? It's actually not just a building. I manage the entire housing campaign. I do what I can. More than most managers would, but there's only so much you can accomplish with a paintbrush and a broom. You should have seen what this place was like when Nestor put it up. Real class, real majesty. A different class of people moved in. Oh, I don't know. Maybe the children of the people that were here in the first place were born a different class of people than their parents. First job I ever took. I wasn't even out of school when I started cleaning the housing campaign. 16 years old. Worked all the way up to the big keys. It's good that some people remember what we were capable of. Back when we had the sense of decency and cleanliness. Much to pick up your feet when you walk.
A postbox with drawers numbered 1 to 12. The whole apparatus locked at the side with a single keyhole. No nuisances. The building manager wasn't lying. That lock's shit. Begging for the bang of a pry bar. Surely you'll be able to tell which is Estee's drawer from the contents. Cigarette butts, poker chips, crochet patterns. You slip your pry bar expertly into the side of the postbox. You hardly need to apply pressure. It's shoddy maintenance, Tonio. The mangled flap of metal hangs limply, leaving the letters and parcels within exposed. Dozens of names you've never heard slip by you. Subscriptions, advertisements, unopened letters from years ago. Then, suddenly, a familiar phrase catches your eye. The Noscarentis Review. Paycheck from the literary magazine, followed by several copies of the magazine itself. So somebody paid by them who doesn't care to read the mag. Nice. And her name is Zoe. In one drawer you find a macrame catalogue and an envelope addressed to a name you do not recognize. Kavanagh, but stamped from the Portofino offices of Emter. All mirrors angled to reinforce the same image, a cover as life. She hated Emter, but understood its lumbering bureaucratic movements. Seems she's put that knowledge to fine use. The address on the envelope reads Kavanagh, but inside is a check marked SD Newitz. Kavanagh must be her husband. His name alone on the address, apartment number 4. It seems nothing has changed but her life. Esty, married. This can only be a desperate attempt to blend in. A life sacrificed on the altar of her cover. The postbox is silent, because it's dead. You killed it and dug through its entrails. You slink away from the scene of petty crime. You return to the postbox. You slink away from... A plain canvas satchel hangs from a coat hook. A pair of colourful rain boots sit on the ground below it. The rain boots might as well be a bullseye, but it's the satchel that your eyes focus in on. Open it. All parcels must pass through procedural screening and customs. You scour the smaller pockets inside, but find only pens, paper clips, sticky notes, and an ancient pacifier. Gummy rubber tip gone brittle. You give it an experimental suck. The nipple is uncomfortably hard against the back of your front teeth at first. Sour, funky staleness. A bit of lymph from the bottom of the bag fuzzes against your tongue. But this is a normal pacifier for normal infants. It's never been in contact with drugs. The Shadow Mother looks up at you. Sure would be a shame if something happened to it. You refasten the main pouch. Sign our name to that shit, so she knows better than to fuck with the gang again. You turn back to the app. You have arrived at Este's doorstep. The last time you spoke was the day your network blew. You never called her back like you said you would. Cascade. I just need an hour. I'll call you back. S-Doc. Herschel, I'm serious. Cascade. Me too. Get off my dick. I'll call you. You avert your gaze from the door to the shoe rack. Knock. Coward. Nothing left to do but apply knuckle to door. Soft steps approach the door, then stop. The loud click of the bolt echoes through a cavity in your molar. Just explain how sorry you are. Find some common ground. She might even thank you for her recent career success.
Hello, for Este.
The old man beams at you, adjusting a dial attached to a gadget on his right ear. Looks like a hearing aid or a cochlear implant. He watches your lips, then smiles and nods twice.
Please call me Pascal. Nice to meet you.
Subjugate the diplomatic envoy.
Come in, come in. Este's in the kitchen.
He steps back and waves you in with a loose hand. To Este's right, A man with a familiar mop of upstanding hair. Love's most ardent champion. You barely recognize her. Happiness, yes, but there's a restlessness too. Like, you don't have any photographs like this. You don't even know this many people. As you look, you start to make out men who resemble Esti's husband. Esti never mentioned the family of her own, but it looks like she's married into a huge one. If Anita found out she worked with you, would they use these children's lives against her? Something for your back pocket, in case she tries to refuse your request. You turn away from the...
Hello back there. Just give me one moment. New cafetiere. Fiddly little thing.
She hums happily to herself, fussing over plates and cups. She hasn't seen us. We could still run.
Lovely weather we've had, don't you think?
Her shoulders stiffen at the sound of your voice. The humming stops.
Herschel.
Mouth set in a grim line. Slight twitch under her right eye.
What a surprise.
She pats her left hand dry on the tea towel hanging from the cupboard. There are tiny little daisies on it.
Is it? Thank you. So,
Here it comes.
biscuits? I'll just put a selection onto a plate. I have some new ones, actually. Chocolate. You're welcome. It'll be nice to catch up. To what do I owe this unexpected visit? I didn't think you had it in you.
Translation: you're talking guff, Wilk.
How sweet of you. Which of our shared hobbies would you like to pursue together?
Shit. Bluff called. What is she into?
What luck we're in.
She lowers her head to stare at the red checkerboard flooring, at a point about 2 feet from your right foot.
What did the opera do with you after you extracted yourself? Archives, Makes sense. But you're out now. In theater, I take it.
You hear someone laugh, loudly on the roof above.
I've built a happy life here.
That was a threat. A breeze rolls through a plantation in Lagundi. Leaves hiss at its passing.
Your presence in my apartment alone is dangerous for me. How did you find the address? Incredible. And you didn't even bother to bring it up with you. Pascal is going to be devastated about that. Work-related. Right.
She sets her jaw, taking you in as if for the first time.
Take a seat. I'll make us that coffee.
She spins towards you, arm raised. Your former asset is mid-lunge, weapon in hand, eyes trained on your neck. 2 cups worth of coffee beans are about to hit the floor. Times are once again dire, operant. Your own shadow was turned against you. An advanced cognitive maneuver could win the day. An auto-injector loaded with a medical syringe. Oh, fuck. Bitch means business. Syringe contents, mysterious. A bioweapon hidden in a jar of biscuits. Assume the worst. The remembrances tell of a word hidden for centuries by a convent of isolated nuns, then stolen by Probable, who told the opera that it means subdue in a long dead tongue. Too close, already in motion. Snatch it out of her hand. A single word to end this now. SD hurtles towards you. Your mind's eye lands on a slender file, cold to the touch. Its pages speak of a convent whose adherents speak an enchanted language. At the foot of the final page, you find the word, Karasukate. Your former asset freezes. A vein bulges on her jaw, cerulean. To your left, salt rattles in its shaker. From the room next door, the sound of the television warps and slows ever so slightly. She staggers and sways, released from the word's control, limbs twitching as they come back online.
How?
A deep, choking gasp. She couldn't breathe. She pants, hair sticking to her forehead, still recovering from the command. The side reads, sodium thiopental, truth sin. Stab the traitor, needle through the eye. Ash crumples from the cigarette in her mouth. In the next room, her husband coughs. Good thing he's deaf, or you'd have both of them to contend with. You're in control. You could either use the syringe on her, run for it, or break it and forget this ever happened. You won't forget this ever happened, nor will she. Stab you, or you'd be proving her right about you. Be the better person. Betray her. Stab her until it breaks. She taps her right heel on the floor, watching you. push your heel into the casing and feel a sharp pain in the sole of your foot as the needle penetrates your shoe.
Wonderful. I won't let you cave in my life again.
The room warps, elongating, spinning. The sink is whispering to you. Says you fucked it. Your vision begins to blur. Your legs tremble. Swan dive, face first. You feel heavy, fun. Your eyes close, open, close. Esty sits across from you at her kitchen table. Plastic tablecloth, assorted plates. Outside, closer, the beating of an impossible heart.
Good. You're back.
Eyes sore, vice gripping skull. Gonna get squished. Fight it. Awake.
Yes, yes. We'll take all that as read. Now tell me what you're doing back in Portofino.
Orders? Message? No, friends. Old guy. Massive aid.
In order to...
Is what you meant to say. Uh-huh. Fucked it. Oh yeah. Oopsie.
No.
An immediate change in her. Pale, hollow. She puts her hand to her mouth and drops it. She can't look at you.
No. No. This can't be real. I can't have this.
Terrified.
What you have just told me, you have never told me. Understand? How could you come here? You lead them to me. The weeping eye, Herschel.
Weeping eye.
They will find everyone you have spoken to. They will torture everyone. They will assume guilt, and they won't care if they are wrong. You've doomed us all.
Broken before they even touched her. Nice.
No, I'm going to get out of Portofino. I'm going to pretend I never saw you, and I beg you to do the same.
Bye.
Believe me when I say this. You are not the person for this job. There is no way the opera seriously thinks you could pull this off. This is suicide. You should quit while you can. You're playing a loser's game. 1,000 ways to fail, no way to win. You are cannon fodder, at best. I will not. No. We cannot have any part in this. Get out, Herschel.
Bad news. It appears that Estoc no longer considers herself your direct report. It will be fine. Just get her a nice card or something. There was a card rack on the ground floor of Photo 24. Why not? Can't get worse.
Back for more sodium pentatone? I think you've said all that needed to be said. Goodbye. Back again.
She is a black element, deserving of blackmail.
Please. We are in Portofino. Domestic abuse is a standard proletarian pastime. Pascal has been deaf since birth. I'm going to be deaf. Goodbye. Back again.
blue-painted door of the houseboat before you creaks with the gentle undulations of the bay. A small push on the paint-chipped wood confirms that the door is firmly locked.
Busy. Come back later.
Unmistakably the voice from the miracle line. Duchess. You hear her mumble something.
What? Was this one of the old pilots? He told you where I live? Did he? Damn.
The woman's eyes are sad but warm.
Sam was my father's name. That old creep just keeps finding new ways to make me feel watched.
Posture relaxed, looking away. She's confident that you aren't in on Pigeon's scheme.
But you took it anyway? You have to be careful, hun. Strange types around these days. Whatever you like. I'm sorry the old creep made a fool of you, but let's not let it ruin our day. I feel like that would be letting him win. You're welcome, hon. It's nice to speak to someone in person for once. I'll have to grab the phone if it rings, but otherwise, I'm free to chat. Thank you, sweetheart. It does have its perks. I've lived here for 10 years now, but it still makes every day feel like a bit of an adventure. But it does get very cold in winter. Now listen to me complain. Sorry, love. First time I've had grown-up company in a while. Guess I'm letting my mouth run away from me. Playing at a friend's house. You know kids, always an adventure to be had. Not really. He just likes me to know that he's watching and to feel in control. I realize how strange and frightening that sounds when I come to tell somebody else. But in my line of work, you just get used to it. I'm listening. I've heard that too. I prefer not to think about it, hon. It's my income. I just don't know what else I'd do. Oh, ancient history. Had a toddler and a baby. Needed to be home full-time, but still make some money.
She shrugs sadly.
Feel like a foreign girl with a smooth accent. That's been life ever since. Most of the time. I had so much fun with you.
She looks away, uncomfortable. You fucked it.
Sure, hon. I don't know what to tell you, hon. 2 kids, boat, miracle line. Oh, I'm doing a correspondence degree in psychology.
She looks around as if seeking information about herself from the room.
Long gone, sweetie. No forwarding address. It was harder with him here, honestly. All we did was argue toward the end, which is way worse for the kids than not having a dad around. It was the miracle line that scared him off. Made him jealous. Couldn't handle it. Called me all sorts of names in front of the kids. Yeah. had an interview at a sandwich shop. I sat down and started talking, and the owner recognized my voice from the line. Nobody wants to hire a prostitute, hon. And if they do, it's because they think I'm a free fuck. Always dreamed of operating my own dial-in talk therapy line.
She laughs.
It's slow going. The moment I sit down to study, the phone rings. Sometimes I try to give people therapy instead of sex, but people really like sex, hon.
The market is a mad god, a being of low impulses and high power. It can...
Wouldn't be a miracle if I did. I'm unavailable, hon. Were you expecting a miracle?
Smiling, but her voice is hard.
Happy to chat, love. Wow, really? Oh, sweetheart. You're angel sent. There's a book I've been meaning to pick up for my sisters. Just a textbook, green cover. She said she left it in a satchel outside her door. Just a few levels above us. Housing campaign, apartment number 7. I really appreciate the help. Of course not, hon. I have no idea. Wasn't my choice. When I interviewed for the job, Duchess was already named. They were just looking for a woman to play the part. But I like to think that I give her a personal touch, helping people, being a friend to the lonely. She's doing a job, indulging fantasies that I would never in real life. But ultimately, it's me. That's your line operator name, is it? I can spot lies from space. Nice to meet you, Herschel, but I still can't tell you mine. You know how it is. You're sweet. Drop by again, Herschel.
The building notice board stands beside a communal area. Above your head, seagulls wheel and dive. Fairly standard fare for a notice board. One notice, however, stands out solely because the original printed sheet has been altered by multiple scrawls in a variety of colours and hands. The piece of handwritten paper declares, the rules are very clear. Read them and understand them. No gathering after 10 p.m. We can hear you clomping about and we've had enough.
Beneath that, the responses read, "She thinks she the cops. Fuck you. You don't run the building. We know this is you, Mrs. Kavanagh."
Fun-hating, inappropriately authoritative, low. That's zesty. She must have married. Either that or changed her name.
You turn back to the room. A large framed board with the
Sounds promising.
the title and initial entries are printed.
Third row, Kavanagh. It is one of the penciled names, written in a clear hand. That's it. Now it's just a matter of working up the guts. There are many eyes behind these windows. You need a way to find Estoc which doesn't draw them to you. She's old, but she's lived half a life as quarry. She
Narrow it down to a single door.
Esty keeps a special mental calendar marked critical phone call from Herschel. Estoc away. Try the mailbox. People's entire... The moving boxes stacked in one corner of the little apartment are not empty. At some point, somebody tried to paint in here. Rolled a... You sift through a life packed... You fold back the tops. Photographs, can. This is a shrine to Sirius, angel of romance, war, and negotiation. Among the usual photographs and candles, people have left mysterious items, and scattered throughout, wedding invitation. It's customary to invite the angel to festivity. You are cordially invited to celebrate the joining of Mr. and Mrs. Pascal Kavanagh on Enatos 3rd, 92. Of all your assets, she may have been the most singularly grounded. Maybe it was her husband's idea. Or maybe you don't know your old asset as well as you think. The red slips of paper.
A postbox with drawers numbered 1 to 12. You step away from them.
A plain canvas satchel hangs from a coat. They kept a pair of feet dry as they stood in ankle-high water in the basement. Duchess's sister is your enemy, and she appears to be living. You scour the smaller pocket. Gummy rubber tip gone brittle. Short phrases, scrawled in a loose, neat hand. Page 152. Reread chapter. Assignment due before term end. Transference. You turn back to... You return to the... You step away from the man. You have arrived at Este's door. The last time you spoke was the day your network blew. You never called her back like you said you would. Cascade. I just need an hour. I'll call you back. S-Doc. Herschel, I'm serious. Cascade. Me too. Get off my dick. I'll call you. Five long years of seething are about to come to a head. Or maybe never forgotten. Fear, invader, defend turf. Soft steps approach the door, then stop. Just explain how sorry you are. Find some common ground. She might even thank you for her recent career success.
Hello.
The old man beamed. Looks like a hearing aid or a cochlear implant. He watches your lips.
Please call me Pascal.
Subjugate the diplomatic envoy.
Come in.
He steps back and waves you in with a loose hand. To Este's right, a man with a familiar mop of upstanding hair. Love's most odd. You barely recognize her. Happiness, yes. You don't have any photographs like this. You don't even know this many people. As you look, you start to make out men who resemble Este's husband. Este never mentioned the family of her own, but it looks like she's married into a huge one. If Anita found out she worked with you, would they use these children's lives against her? Something for your back pocket. Okay. You turn away from the sun.
Hello, back there.
She hums happily. She hasn't seen her.
Lovely weather we've had, don't you think?
Her shoulders stiffen,
Herschel.
mouth set in a grim line.
What a surprise.
She pats her left hand dry on the tea towel hanging from the cupboard. There are tiny little daisies on it.
Yes. So,
Here it comes.
biscuits? I'll just put a selection onto a plate. I have some new ones, actually. Chocolate. We can. It will be... To what do I owe this unexpected visit? Our enemies? I haven't heard from Novesta in 5 years. Yes, we do as we are assigned. You put me with Emter, you abandoned me to Emter. With Emter, I remain. My employment with them has been stable and respectful.
She lowers her head to stare at the red checkerboard flooring, at a point about 2 feet from your right foot.
What did the opera do with you after you extracted yourself? Archives, Makes sense. But you're at...
You hear someone laugh.
I've built a happy life here.
That was a threat. A breeze rolls through a plantation in Lagundi. Leaves hiss at its passing.
Work-related. Right.
She sets her jaw, taking you in as if for the first time.
Take a seat.
She spins towards you, arm raised. Your mind's eye lands on a slender at the foot of the final peg. Your former asset freezes. From the room next door, the sound of the television warps and slows ever. Her weapon is now yours. A medical. She staggers and sways, released from the word's control. A deep, choking gasp. She couldn't breathe. She pants, eyes flicking between yours and the needle. If you are forced to fight, you will fight to the finish. Retaliation may only make this worse. Chauffeur. The side reads, sodium thiopental. Stab the traitor, needle through the eye. Ash crumples from the cigarette in her mouth. In the next room, her husband coughs. Good thing he's deaf, or you'd have both of them to contend with.
Hello back there.
She hums happily to herself, fussing over plates and...
there? Just give me...
She hums happily. She hasn't seen.
Lovely weather we've had.
Her shoulders,
Herschel.
mouth set in a...
What a surprise.
She pats her left hand dry on the tea towel.
Is it? So,
Here it comes.
biscuits? I just put it... You are well. To what do I owe this unexpected visit? Pompous rubbish. Empty words. Like when you promised me that phone call. Shall I count the lies you tell me today, Herschel?
She lowers her head to stare at the red checkerboard flooring, at a point about 2 feet from your right foot.
What did the opera do with you after you extracted yourself? Archives, hmm?
You hear someone laugh.
I've built a happy lap.
That was a threat. A breeze rolls through a plantation in Lagundi. Leaves hiss at its passing.
Work related.
She sets her jaw.
Take a seat.
She spins towards you, arm raised. Your mind's eye lands at the foot of the final pet. Your former act from the room next door, the sound of the television. Her weapon is now yours. She staggers and sways. A deep, choking gasp. She couldn't breathe. She pants. The side reads, "Stab the traitor." Ash crumples from the cigarette and a good thing he's deaf, or you'd have both of them to contend with. You're in control. You could either use the syringe on her, run for it, or break it and forget this ever happened. You won't forget this ever happened. Nor will she. She taps her right heel on the floor, watching you. You grab the dial at the top of the injector and twist it hard to the right. Something snaps. You drop it and crush the pieces with your heel.
Damn you, Herschel.
The cigarette hangs limply from her mouth as she pushes her palms into her eyes. The palm push of surrender. She's done.
I had no intention of making you fucking coffee, Herschel.
She glances at the counter, lowers her voice.
I broke my new cafetiere when you skulked in.
Even if it still worked, you sense no coffee would be forthcoming.
Fine, sit.
You sit across from each other. Between you, a plastic tablecloth, assorted plates, pajamas but no slippers. That she warms her feet on her husband.
What on earth do you want from me, Herschel? What are you here to scavenge? You want the Lucian diplomat? What on... This is the bank, and a high-value prisoner. They will ask for a lot. You are welcome, but I want to make it abundantly clear that I accept no further part in this. Expect a contact from the MTER Negotiation Division, and nothing ever again from me. They have no choice in the matter. It is not theirs to know. If you feel the need, do it yourself.
You will have to re-establish contact with him yourself then. But there's no way you'll get back into that jail. You could try rewiring the phone network to the intercom. Find a payphone. See if it's possible.
Herschel,
She sighs deeply.
I don't believe you. What do you want? I didn't. I'm still here.
The shadows under her eyes deepen. Ring binders stacked on a glass-topped conference table. A chair either end. She knows.
I passed. Yes. They executed the interviews with a maddening bureaucratic precision. Every file, every movement, every sneeze accounted for. I started to hallucinate. Imagine crimes I never committed. My hair fell out. I thought I was made many times. What did you call us? Your whole sick crew? What about it? No, of course not. I never even heard from him when we actually worked together.
Her lip curls. She lifts her chin. She's about to tell you something awful.
She was picked up by the weeping eye. Tortured.
Alive then. But in what condition?
I don't know. Is that really all you care about? Your network, your career?
If Carolina managed not to give him anything, then the weeping eye will have taken a lot in return.
Torture changes people, Herschel. Something that sounds obvious, but the extent of it isn't. They know the truth of what we can do to one another. The cinema. What on... I hope she's doing well as she could be. Nothing. Back in Rustam, I hope. Agreed. I bet you do. No.
She puts her hand to her heart.
Poor man, he was doing so well. It's the pressures of the job. The ambassador's wife. He has such a fragile heart. She should feel lucky to be loved by a man like that. He'll come back to himself eventually. I believe in him. I do not think of Frederick.
She purses her lips.
There is a slime to him, a certain sheen. He's nothing to do with my department anyway.
Her face does not change.
I suggest you persuade her to stop. I will not. I don't want to know that.
Her voice a low hiss.
Now stop. Stop it. Yes. Goodbye, Herschel.
sitting atop a pile of yellowing newspapers and dog-eared crossword. He holds a long pipe in one languid paw. His posture relaxed despite the twin blade.
Hey, my cup!
He stares at you with confusion.
And now you're trying to steal from us. Of course.
His little painted eyes are unfocused, a faint smile on his snout. One day he will run out of bitter herb. Then he shall remember. Don't let the wolves play acting at humanity fool you. There's still his little painted eye, a bitter herb. Smoking it is what keeps him grounded in the present moment. At all times, if you can manage it. Placidity and happiness are sometimes confused. He's a modulating influence on the other wolves. And more importantly, he's a highly rare and one day he will. Don't let the wolves play acting at humanity fool.
Herschel, stop. Herschel, stop.
His little paint. One day he. Don't let the wolves play. Pascal grinned.
Hello again.
He turns back. You have been censored. He follows your gaze to the.
Aha, yes.
Very rare. He lifts up a crossword puzzle magazine.
One the puzzle. They do mail-ins. Never watched. I just think the cup is fun.
He smiles, but shakes his head.
Bye-bye. Welcome.
He looks over his like an actor asking the director, are we rolling? Such a happy couple. Wonder what else she does with all that sodium fire pental.
What are you getting at? Is this the cup? For the cup? I detest every moment in your company.
She waves, then signs something to Pascal, who nods sadly.
I told him you were going to borrow it. Damn it, Herschel.
Bye-bye.
Placid Wolf languishes. Estes' husband gives you an Placid Wolf joins the crew.
Unbelievable.
Another plastic wolf cup in your hand. As before, 1 out of 6 is stamped on the hard. 6 in total to get your hands on. You're on your way to collecting a full set. Your fingertips itch with anticipated pleasure.
Finally get up to speed, operant. Just catching up on my shows. You see this one? Big and loose, supposedly.
On the screen, a black wolf swings an iron slab of a sword through a row of chrome-plated adversaries. Arterial blood spurts forth in bright red gouts.
Probably a few too many by my count. Maybe the techno future's not for me. Reminds me of something else I saw recently. One of the opera's finest discovers her inner poet, then guts it out against one of Enter's most sadistic interrogators. Highly experimental, especially for syndication.
An uncanny buzz in the air, as though a director might pop out of any one of those doorways yelling, "Cut!" But no one jumps out of anything. No one appears to fix your hair or tell you exactly what to say. It's just you, the man with the box for a heart and a few meters off, the maintenance man going about his lonely offices.
Of course, some would say that's a bad thing when you're a spy. Different tastes, I suppose.
In any event, seeing our protagonist disappear into an empty labor camp was no way to end the season. Had to make some calls.
The girl, the paper heart. You know your role, operant. Play it.
Let's just say you got my little it detector chirping. Now the opera's got you on a daring new assignment, set to strike the hidden face of mass culture itself. We'll see. Can you maintain your air of philosophic detachment?
A bead of cold sweat slides down your back. A brief reminder that you don't know anything about this man.
Take it from one who's been around. The bank didn't become the bank by taking the shit end of the term sheet.
On the television, the Black Wolf's shadow extends over the last of his foes. A trembling angel lifts a bloody hand.
Okay. Besides, there's others who may want a piece of your heart if you're open to alternative bids.
As it happens, I still know some people in the Ministry of Mass Culture.
First bait, now trap.
I can make a few inquiries on your behalf in return for your help with a personal matter. A little archival research with a touch of smash and grab. Have you made it to the P-tail track yet?
A desolate spit of land on the edge of the city-state, formerly the site of Portofiero's doomed space program.
Worth your time. Fascinating local lore out there. Remnants of Nestor's galactic boondoggle and whatnot. Widely believed to have blown up. Fast forward some years, I'm in the Eastern Republics on a little job. Client has me hounding former leads in MTER's Public Perceptions Division.
The bank's propaganda mob.
My target's a retired filmmaker. I get him in a hotel bar, standard stuff, drinks and defection. As it happens, I misjudge my man's tolerance. Next I know, I'm dragging him out of a hookah parlor at 3 a.m. I lay him out in a vacant lot, smack him around a bit. He's lolling up at the stars, babbling about Portofiero, 77 and Project Autonom. His tour de force and Gesamtkunstwerk rolled into one. Special and practical effects, scale models, multiple camera angles, dozens of simultaneous feeds. Not... Sadly not. And I'll tell you what, that wasn't a weather satellite it was carrying either. Thousands, actually. All under absolutely massive NDAs. Morally indefensible. Legally impregnable.
A devious species of lie. The entries are there but forbidden from circulation. Falsehoods and misperceptions enforced by phalanxes of smiling lawyers.
No. What young Cascade saw was a pre-recorded video. Seamlessly intercut and simultaneously distributed across.
A flawless timepiece of coordinate. Above you, uncountable stars veiled by the scattering of blue light. Elsewhere, the bark of a small dog muffled by a window.
Strange business hours. Success and failure share the same rituals. Relevant parties stashed somewhere nice and chilled. Records obliterated. Impossible to say for certain what is or was. By this point, my man's brain is practically cooking in hashish. Narration growing hazier by the minute. Space lore, who gives a shit? As I mentioned, rinky-dink setup. No signs of it detected. Because I've got that iron taste on my tongue.
Blood nearby. A kill to be made. Crackling tree squirrel impaled on a spear. Savory smoke rising into the night. The Paleolithic huntress turns her gaze upwards.
Nothing. Nothing. My target vanishes like a hooker at daybreak. When he rematerializes a week later, he's near frozen, zipped up in a gym bag in the unpressurized hold of a cargo plane. More physical, I'd say. Broke nearly every bone in his body to get him in there. Very unpleasant pictures. All the same, the inspectors declared it a simple case of aeroerotic misadventure. No, operant. I don't. Here, the trail would have gone cold, but for this. Before he misadventured himself into that gym bag, my target gave me a number. One I've kept safe in my piggy bank until now. HKT-04/17-E, a reference number for certain records from Project Autonomia, forgotten in the archives of a decommissioned rocket silo. You've been paying attention. That's good. The Grand Lich's time of arrival.
The sign for the ritual of death to begin. Time, place, weapon, squad. 1/4 of your plot in hand. Meanwhile, the end credits have begun to roll on the little mounted television. Your eye catches on the words. Produced in collaboration with the Ministry of Mass Culture. Ave Imperio Luminoso.
A better deal than you'll get from the bank, I guarantee you. Look at me. I'm a sad old man in an ugly shirt. Bad schnapps and historical tragedies are pretty much all that keep me going. Very good. Bring your flashlight and a good pair of walking shoes. I understand the stairs are formidable. If I knew, there'll be no task up. I understand the archives are in a state of disarray, ravages of time and so on. Still, I'm sure there's lots of interesting stuff down there, if you feel the horror of the blank space coming on. The archives are on sub-level 3. Can't be more than a few hundred, probably.
Oh boy, you're finally going to get your steps in. Strange man, strange wishes.
Well, this has been a fine change of scenery, but I should return to the Fog Mirror. We'll rendezvous there once you've got the records. As the old ones say, luck and skill operand.
Totally at odds with the subtitle. The cover catches your eye with a flourish of surreal violence. In weaker offspring, this often manifests in the form of personality disorders. Impossible. Their synapses have grown around the space occupied by her. Still, there are those who choose exile over life in the... You return the book. This has to be Reno's pied-à-terre. He's one of the only people in Portofino who could afford this kind of luxury. You step away from...
Hi, Herschel. I cannot thank you enough. You are golden. Our mother was a complicated woman. We spent a lot of our childhood hiding from her, to be perfectly honest. That's how my sister and I got so close. Best friends, you know? Not physically, no. Our mum just always had this extra sense. She knew the worst possible thing she could say at any moment. The thing that would cut you right to the quick. You could feel it on the tip of her tongue. Yeah, it was. Fortunately, my sister and I had each other. And we developed our little game. And then, when we both got old enough, exactly that. It was, yes. I was actually hoping my sister would read it. I don't think so. She's very busy with work. Don't know where she'd find the time, really. I just thought it might help her understand some things about ourselves. I suppose that's right. Funny how they blend together. Our mother was a complicated woman. We spent a lot of our childhood hiding from her. That's all right, love. Thanks for bringing my book back in any case. Yes. What about her? No, if you can believe it. She rents a whole apartment and only uses it when she's in town. She's got a big job abroad. I guess...
Big money, foreign girl, spending money on space she doesn't even use.
She's offered to let me and the kids stay in it. But I don't know. Our boat may not be much, but it's our boat. Something to do with the magazine? Writing? We don't talk about work, really. She thinks I work in customer support. Sure, love. That explains a lot.
She looks away, too quickly. She wishes she could play it off, but it rings a bit too true. You activated a protective drive in her. Her sister will always be her sister. She can't let you threaten that.
Let's talk about something else, hon. I'd rather not. Some things I'd prefer to keep to myself. See you later.
An old billboard, half collapsed into the dirt. Amid graffiti and peeled paper, two figures point at a space rocket climbing towards the sun. The couple's faces, although half erased, radiate pride and awe. A lettering on the man's t-shirt, although barely legible, reads, Todos somos Nestor. Down below, glass towers lean over cobblestone streets and emerald parks, where hibiscus, plumeria, and jacarandas bloom in impossible abundance. Every path bends towards a luminous dome, a vision of a future stillborn. A message to Portaferans, attributed to Sweet Nestor himself. It begins with a proclamation. Behold, here stands the future of Portafero. Here grow the seeds of our collective glory. Soon our petal tract will bloom and Portaferans shall grasp the firmament together. See not foundations, but the dawn of triumph. See not construction, but a long overdue historical correction. Prosperity and autonomy beckon. Children not yet born are already grateful. The developed world will gawp at our triumph. Mourn not the past, for what awaits is our destiny. Next to the old ruler's words, the graffiti reads, Traidorismo. Another reads, Boca de mierda. After the rocket exploded live on the world's television screens, Sweet Nestor made bold televised speeches blaming foreign hands. By the time he boarded the helicopter that would ferry him to exile, he'd accused at least half the developed world of engineering the disaster. If the story were that simple, Houseman would have no interest in it. Amid the half-eroded paragraph, the words destiny and historical correction endure, as if untouched by time. Portafero would have become one of the big boys of the developed world. On the billboard, the rocket is forever committed to the horizon. Nothing has exploded yet. Nothing has failed. A desolate expanse of no planned space for greenery either. The date reads, 6 months later, the clearing of the Petol tract began. Over 20,000 residents were displaced, never to be relocated. The bushes sway in the breeze. All around you, the vegetation of the Petol tract slowly triumphs over the follies of men.
For the copper? If so, you're late.
Skin burnt pinkish. Strong and unhealthy. A life form that would refuse to die if you crushed. There's something off about this woman's offness. She's not what she appears to be.
All the copper has been claimed. Yes, all of it. Then maybe cooperation.
Suddenly, she reaches.
False money. Here. Have some.
Your hands close upon a mass of hard, crumpled paper. The scent of 100,000 grubby hands and the insides of cash registers. There is nothing false about that money. You've waded into a trap. You don't know how or what kind. But nobody gives away cash like this for nothing.
Yes. False money. Keep it, keep it.
She pulls out further fistfuls to demonstrate. A few bills roll away. This is more money than you've seen since you arrived in Portaferro.
Subcomandante Bagman has already shown us that money is worthless. But I keep all the copper. Yes, remember. You bring me copper, I give you false money.